Good afternoon to everybody who is on board with us this beautiful Thursday afternoon. As you can see, today's lesson is for the grade 9 English First Additional lesson, language guys, and it is entitled One Word for a Phrase. And before you ask who is your presenter, there we are. That's who I am. Let's go straight into it. We're going to look at two definitions here. Now, the definition of a phrase, there you can see it. I'm going to read it to you. It's a group of words used in place of a single word in a sentence. Now, take note of that. We're going to be looking at that in detail today. But the actual, second definition does not contain both a subject and a finite verb. It can have a subject or it can have a finite verb. It cannot have both because otherwise it automatically becomes a clause. And just to explain things further, this is the definition of a clause for comparison. A clause consists of both a subject and a finite verb. There, we've already said that. It is a group of words forming part of a complex or compound sentence. Okay. There we have our definitions. We all understand that now. We'll look at a few examples. Right, here are three simple sentences. We've got there, I drink wine. Okay, you will attend university. Jack and Jill went up the hill. And for those of you who are observant, the first sentence is in the first person. That's I, me, we, us. The second sentence is in the, and it's in the present tense. The second sentence is in the second person because it's you, and it's in the future tense, will. And the third sentence is in the third person. That's he, she, it, them, they, him, her. And it's in the past tense. They went up the hill. Okay, let's take a look here. Now we are going to add phrases to them, right? And there is a simple phrase, I drink wine for its health benefits. Okay. You've got you will attend university after finishing matric. A phrase, a phrase, a phrase, you see, for its health benefits. There's no verb in that sentence, in that phrase, sorry. After finishing matric, there's no subject in that phrase. Right. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Okay, so once again, there's no subject in that sentence. Listen to me, in that phrase. Let's carry on. Now let's look at some clauses. I drink wine since it lowers my cholesterol levels. Okay, there you'll see. It is the subject, lowers is the finite verb. You will attend university after you have finished matric. Subject, finite verb. Jack and Jill went up the hill, and I'm about to ruin a perfectly good nursery rhyme, where they, subject, fetched a pail of water. So it will no longer rhyme or scan. Okay, now let's look at some concrete examples of the replacing phrases with words. Let's take a look. Now here I'm going to use the same three sentences again as our first examples. I drink wine for its health benefits. Okay, that's a phrase. Okay, now what words can we use to replace that phrase? There are many of them, but none of them will have the same meaning. I must stress this. Even though a phrase can always be replaced by one word, it is not always going to mean the same thing. So let's take a look here. I've got here, I drink wine enthusiastically or frequently or daily. Any one of those three words would be correct in the context of that sentence. Then we've got, you will attend university after finishing matric. And here, you will attend university soon or shortly or eagerly. Many people are very eager to start university, and I respect those people. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Okay, let's see here. They could have gone up the hill cautiously, or merrily, or hurriedly. All three of those words would be correct in the context of that phrase. There we are. We gathered together again in the morning. Now, what can we use to replace in the morning? We gathered together again early. Yes. We gathered together again secretly, or we did it openly. Three words, fully correct. I enjoy conversation while cooking supper. True, I do, by the way, and I do a lot of cooking. Okay, I enjoy conversation greatly, or I enjoy conversation slightly or moderately. All three of those would be fully correct. Right, let's move on. We'll look at some more examples of this. Here's the classic ending to a fairy tale. They all lived happily ever after. Or they all lived well. They all lived luxuriously, or maybe they lived gloomily. But certainly, those three words could be used to replace that phrase. Okay, put the box on the table. Now, this is something that you'll hear often. It's a common phrase. So we can say, put the box there, put the box here, or put the box down. All three of those words, fully correct. Grikus won the fight against all odds. Okay, let's see how we can replace that. He won the fight effortlessly, which isn't quite true, but he won the fight strategically, which is true. We won the fight cleverly, which is also true. We won't go into details now. Right. Now we've got here, the phrase is in a different place. Leaving behind most of the furniture, we moved out of the house. So this is going to have a slightly different flavor to it, so to speak. We can say quickly, we moved out of the house, or slowly, we moved out of the house. Or you can say nervously, we moved out of the house. All three of those would be correct. Now, we must all finish studying before the final exams. Maybe we must all finish studying soon, or we must all finish studying urgently, or we must all finish studying diligently. All three words correct. Now we're going to reverse the order of things. Now it's replacing the words with the phrases. You see the sentence there. Running is not for everybody. So we're going to replace the word running with one example of a phrase. To run a marathon is not for everybody. There we are. That's a logical way to do it. And then we've got here, embarrassingly, I was late for work. It is very embarrassing. I hate being unpunctual. So I've put in there, because of oversleeping, I was late for work. It does happen sometimes to everybody, I think. We pitched our tent outdoors. Now we can find a phrase to replace that. Let's use this one. We pitched our tent next to the river. Okay. There. I shall be finished shortly. Or I can say I shall be finished in a little while. And we've got here, the driver was killed instantly. Or we can say in a collision with a truck. And then here we've got, she won the contest for us cleverly. And there it changes to, she won the contest for us because of her brilliant smile. There we are. I hope that's perfectly straightforward. The one thing to remember is that a phrase can always be replaced with a single word in the sentence, but it will not necessarily retain the same meaning. Now, don't go away, because I've got for you this simple little multiple choice quiz. Please give it a try. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. It's not difficult, and you'll quickly realize if you've got the message of this lesson or not. Thank you very much to everybody who shared this with me, and I hope to see you again next week. Goodbye for now.